There we go. The ad placement right there at the beginning. Dasani Water, the official water bottle or water service of Mountaineers now. No, not really, but we are ready here to make our bracket picks so we can throw our brackets away at the end and pick. Actually, we're going to pick the best one that we do, and we're going to claim that one and act like the other ones never happened. So, sure, we're not the only ones doing that. Chris, you do it every year, so.
Lies, lies, and deceit.
Anyway, we will get into our picks. We've already made our first round picks because if we sat here and did that, that would probably eat up 45 minutes of your time. That is probably not worth it. So we're going to make it a little bit quicker. We're going to start with the second round picks. We'll go game by game. Obviously, West Virginia will be the very first game that we talk about. So without further ado, let's get into our bracket picks. All right, so let's get it started. West Virginia, the 9th seed in the South against number 1 Alabama. I'm going to go first because I might be the Debbie Downer here, but I just don't see a way West Virginia gets past Alabama. I do think that they get – actually, hold on, let me backtrack. We wanted to highlight – is there any first round upsets that you wanted to highlight? You had Drake, right?
In the first round, I did pick Drake over Miami. Was not doing it as a 12-5, just like what Drake has. As far as roster, they do have a big, but their guard is one of their guards 6'7", their leading scorer. So definitely like Drake in that one. I believe that was the only significant, some 10-7s in there, but yeah, that was the only big first round upset. So my bracket's doomed right off the rip.
Yeah, so you got Drake is kind of your big upset. I have I have two for sure. I did go with Drake also, but for different
You did
reasons.
copy my. You
No,
did
no, no,
copy
no, no, no,
mine.
no, 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 no. I wrote this one down
Uh,
actually before. So
so
anyway,
Miami's guaranteed to win. Then if we're both picking
probably.
Drake,
Well,
Miami's
one of the
guaranteed.
reasons I went with Drake is because Norchad and Mir, very big piece, got an ankle injury. I don't know exactly how that's going to play out, but Drake is actually one of the most experienced teams in the tournament. So they've got like, I think their average age is like 23 years old or something stupid. So yeah, I got Drake there.
Are they program veterans? That's the question. Are they
That I
program
don't.
veterans?
Okay, you know what? You're gonna make me look like a fool now because I really don't know. I just know that their average age is like 23, but
Huh?
it's worth something. So I got to go with Drake. Plus, it's a cool name, not just because it's sounds like the rapper. But my other big upset is actually in West Virginia's region, and it's Furman over Virginia. Yeah, I'm going there. I know Virginia plays well defensively, but I think Furman can keep up with them because they can make shots. And if they're making shots, I don't know how Virginia's going to be able to keep pace. So I've got the Paladins as my big marquee upset of the first round in the South region. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's get into this second round, round of 32. Sweet 16 on the line, West Virginia, Alabama. I'll be the Debbie Downer, as I mentioned. Chris, you might be the same here too. Actually, I got to get back to my bracket. I'm going with Alabama. Just way too much firepower offensively. They can really shoot it. They can score in bunches, and just seems like a game where if West Virginia gets down double digits early, I don't think they can recover. So I'm not going to go much further into this one just because we kind of talked a lot about West Virginia's path on our show earlier this week. So I got to go with Alabama.
Well, I'm gonna be the upside because I'm
You are going
actually
West Virginia.
I think if West Virginia can get past Maryland, I think that's a tougher matchup for West Virginia because
Wow.
they're almost mirror images. They're a scrappy bunch. Alabama relies on talent. They are a very good basketball team. But I'm holding two things. One, Oklahoma went in there and beat the hell out of them. And the second thing is Emmett Matthews is my X factor. Emmett Matthews is healthy. We've seen how he's played at the end of the year. His will not to lose, I think, will be the X factor. And I'm also picking it because there's really like you look at the stats, you look at everything. Alabama is above West Virginia. but I picked West Virginia to go 18-13 in the regular season, 7-11, right on the money. I said their ceiling was the Sweet 16. I'm going to
So what
stick
you're
with it.
saying, since you're right, you're Nostradamus. We just need to go ahead and put West Virginia Sweet 16.
I'm sticking with my original prediction. I
Okay.
said they make this Sweet 16 at the beginning of the year. That was my thought. I'm going to stick with it, even though I have to go through Alabama. Bama's a football school. West Virginia, like it or not, is a basketball school. I'm
Uh,
going with the Mountaineers to go to the Sweet 16.
man.
Emmett Matthews. And the other thing was Emmett Matthews, Eric, and Stevenson called themselves Fire and Ice in the preseason. So we're gonna get a little fire and ice to the Sweet 16.
Well, I'm glad one of us picked them, so that way we can't be wrong. Regardless, you can come back to us and say, "Hey, those guys at Mountaineers now don't know what the hell they're talking about."
You're not clinging on my success when West
Well,
Virginia
I
wins. I'm not allowing it.
is how I am. I can guarantee that right
You
now.
just gonna say what? I was there. Move along.
Yeah. Anyway, San Diego State, Furman. So for me, obviously I got Bama in the Sweet 16. I'm gonna go. I really would like to see Furman here just pull it off and get into the Sweet 16, but just don't think they can see lightning strike twice. So I'm gonna go with San Diego State. You have San Diego State and Virginia.
Yes, and I would like to say that I am 100% picking this out as we speak. This is my picks. I've picked one. Don't even remember what they were, so I'm going through it. But anyway, I'm going San Diego State. Everything you mentioned with Virginia, they struggle to score. Great defense. San Diego State platoons players. We'll go with the Aztecs.
I mean, if we're being honest here, we both filled out 20 brackets before we recorded, so we've
No,
all
I've only filled out one actually.
one
Now
night.
on the betting app, different story. Different story of what I've been doing. Totally different.
Gamble
One bracket so far.
gamble responsibly.
Exactly.
Anywho, 11 NC State and number 3 Baylor. For me, this one I'm actually really back and forth on. It seems like Baylor's the clear better team in this scenario, but I think NC State's a little overlooked. For a while there, they kind of looked like one of the better teams in the ACC. They kind of fell apart there in one little stretch, but they've got the talent. I mean, Terquavion Smith is a first-round draft pick. Jerkale Joyner is a pretty good backcourt running mate. They got a big dude in DJ Burns. Like I think they have enough to give Baylor the run for their money here. And yeah, you know what? What the hell? I'm gonna do it. NC State just because everyone in my household hates NC State. So yeah, NC State.
Yeah, I'm actually with you on this one. I think NC State is one of those teams that's just kind of getting overlooked. Maybe ACC being down this year, whatever. But I do like NC State in this one. Baylor's just missing that. They got talent. Keontae George is phenomenal, Flagler, but they just seem to be missing something. Just that kind of it factor. So I'm going to take NC State as well.
And then I'm going to round out the South. I've got Utah State against Arizona. You have Missouri. The reason I went with Utah State, they maybe have the best shooter in this and pure score in this entire tournament. Can't think of his name off the top of my head. I'm going to look it up here real quick. Stephen Ashworth. That's him. Absolute great shooter. I think he's going to give Arizona a run for their money. But I think at the end of the day, the Wildcats will edge them out. Arizona to Sweet 16.
Yeah, I did pick Missouri. That was a toss-up game for me, them and Utah State. It's mainly because that shooter, if he gets rolling, could be a long day for Missouri. But I'm moving Arizona to the Sweet 16. I think another team that's been underlooked probably because of the Pac-12, but Arizona it is.
All right, now the South is done. So where do you want to move here? You want to go over to the Midwest? You want to go straight down?
We can go back. We can go up top right, whatever. Kansas.
Top right.
Kansas bracket.
Or Kansas is
or
down.
Houston bracket. Houston bracket.
Jeez. Anyway, here we go. Houston and Iowa for you, and I believe I have the same. So I'm going to go Houston. Iowa's a weird team because I feel like they could very well be like a 6 seed, but they've tripped up in some areas of their schedule, and I don't think they're anywhere near as complete as Houston. And I think honestly, Houston probably has the easiest path to the Final Four. Hopefully, I didn't just foreshadow anything there, which I don't know. I might change my mind, but yeah, Houston for me.
Yeah. Houston has been underwhelming at times for how much talent they have, but March Madness, maybe they don't overlook teams. I think that Iowa game could be very dangerous for them. But I'm kind of reluctantly picking Houston too because Houston scares me at times. It's the way they performed during the regular season. Yes, when they played well, they hammered teams, but it wasn't the strongest conference.
Drake in Indiana. Does Drake keep dancing? Oh, I always want one double digit seed to get to the Sweet 16. I already have them in NC State, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'm gonna just play it safe here. Go with Trace Jackson Davis and the Hoosiers.
I think I'm going Drake. Um,
You just like his
I
music,
did,
don't
no, actually I don't.
you?
But I need a team like that to advance. Indiana, another team that's been up and down, played well towards the end of the season, but uh, again, kind of like Baylor, I just don't think they're just kind of missing something. They're just missing a piece. I think they're good. You know, a Drake team playing confident second round. I'll move them along.
Iowa State Xavier. We both have this matchup. We know Xavier a little bit from that season matchup earlier in non-conference play in Cincinnati. Uh, I was impressed with them then. They continue to get better throughout the year. Iowa State has really played well at times, and at times looks like a bubble team. So inconsistencies for me is what's going to keep me from picking the Cyclones here. So I'm going to go Xavier Musketeers.
Yeah, and sake transparency, I did not have Pitt moving in because I will never pick Pitt, but they're in. Obviously, clearly taking Iowa State, I do think Iowa State's a better team, but Xavier, much tougher team than Iowa State. And it's not that Iowa State doesn't play physical, but Xavier's bigger. I think that, and they'll move on.
Penn State and Texas, another one. We got the same. I know I talked about it in our Big 12 bracket that I didn't believe much in Texas. Obviously, I was wrong as hell on that one. They wound up winning the whole damn thing, and then now they're a number two seed. And for some reason, I like their path. So now it's like my whole thinking has changed here just because of the matchups. I honestly thought that I would have them out in like the second round, but I just don't like this matchup uh, for that 7-10 spot. So I think they're going to win here. I'm going to put Texas in Sweet 16.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same, but that Penn State team is crafty. They're playing really, really well right now. I would not be surprised to see Penn State in the Sweet 16. They've got a tough matchup in the first round. It's going to be hard to get by, but I do like that Penn State team.
So let's go and slide on down to the East region. Memphis and Purdue. Purdue's another team that we know about a little bit. Zach Edey, very tough to stop. Memphis, though, they play bully ball. They can handle it a little bit. Um, you know what? I think I'm gonna do it. No, I'm not. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna go with Purdue. I'm gonna save my 8-1 upset somewhere else. Which obviously you know where that's coming now because we only have one more to go. So I'm gonna go with Purdue here.
I am going Purdue as well. Zach Edey, kind of a force in the middle there. So I'm going to roll with Purdue.
Duke, Tennessee. I'll let you have first pick on this one. Where are you going?
Duke started playing well at the end of the year. Like their big guy, can stretch the floor, 7-footer, hit threes, and he can play down on the block. So Duke, kind of weird to say it, they might be sneaky good in this tournament, just because they caught on late in the ACC being perceived as weak. Moving on with Duke.
I'm gonna go Tennessee here. Now, I think I've went out of the 22 brackets I've filled out, this being the 22nd or 23rd. I think I've split this 11 times, so each way. So I'm going to go Tennessee with you.
Question on that matchup. Is Madeline standing right next to you, making sure that you don't pick Duke?
She is not. She is not. She doesn't want to see anything near. She don't want to be anything anywhere near this thing because
Blink twice if she has a gun to your head.
I mean I'm good right now, but she didn't even want to watch the pick game last night. I mean, what the heck? I mean, I guess who could blame her, but still, it's NCAA tournament once a year. Yeah, I'm going Tennessee. I forget where I was at, but yeah, Tennessee. You got Duke, Kentucky, Kansas State. Man, I want to go Kansas State here, but it just seems like Cal always finds a way to get to the Sweet 16. Maybe I'm completely wrong on that data. I have no idea. It just feels like it. So I think Kentucky, Oscar gives them a little bit of trouble. We go with the Wildcats. Can't get wrong in this one. Wildcats going to be a winner in this one.
I like Kansas State. Marquise Noel, Keontae George, saw him. Also close a few times at this point, I'd say. So, like his Kansas State team.
USC, Marquette, the Big East champs, Shaka Smart. You sniff an upset here, or you're going to go Marquette.
I'm Marquette.
You're
Shaka's got it
Marquette.
rolling. Shaka's got it rolling in Milwaukee. Gotta go Marquette.
I'm going to go. Yeah, I'll go Marquette too. So Purdue, Tennessee, Kentucky, Marquette for me. For you, Purdue, Duke, Kansas State, and Marquette. And finally, we're going to round out the round of 32 at the West region. Here's my 8-1 upset. I said before the tournament, I felt Kansas was probably going to make it all the way to the championship and win the damn thing. And guess what? I do have them picked in probably 4 or 5 of my brackets, but I got to change it up a little bit here. Be diverse. Arkansas looking for their third straight Elite Eight. Yes, Eric Musselman doing a really good job down there. I'm going to go Arkansas.
Yeah, I actually like that pick a lot, but I'm gonna take Kansas.
Oh, you
I
can't.
think that is very much that Arkansas team's very dangerous. That's telling you right now. I know the Big 12 got a lot of love, but there's some really good Big 10 teams, ACC teams, and SEC teams that I feel are underappreciated going in this tournament. Arkansas is another
No love for the Pac-12 though.
one. Oh, we ain't there yet.
Okay, okay. St. Mary's, Yukon. This one I really don't know what to do. I don't really know much about St. Mary's. I know Yukon at one point was playing like one of the better teams in the country. Didn't watch a whole lot of their games either, but I'm just kind of gonna go off my gut here, and that's telling me Yukon.
Yeah, St. Mary's lives off being with Gonzaga a lot. They're always a solid squad. Kind of like just that effect. You have a really good team. Other kids want to come play in that conference to knock off that really good team. St. Mary's is one of those schools that's got a really good program on doing that. But I like UConn. Their athleticism too much for St. Mary's.
TCU, Gonzaga, and I believe we have the same matchup in every round here. I'm gonna go Gonzaga, and it's not because I believe that they are good enough to get to the Sweet 16. I just think TCU is going through some crap right now, personally, and yeah, I just don't think they're going to be mentally there to be able to win 2 games in 3 days. So I'm going to go Gonzaga.
Jamie Dixon doesn't have a great history in the NCAA tournament, and
Very good point.
Gonzaga's a team. And Gonzaga is a team that seems like everyone forgot about when Texas smoked them at the
Wrote
beginning
them
of the
off.
year. Yep, Gonzaga, another team, sneaky good team.
Northwestern, UCLA. Shout out to Lauren Withrow. I think I want to go Northwestern just to give a little pick here for Lauren, but I already did that in the first round. So sorry, can't give you two. UCLA's loaded. They've got talent. They've had success in this tournament before. I don't see it any other way.
Yeah, UCLA. Shout out Lauren. Rest in peace, Northwestern. UCLA rules.
Sweet 16. All right, so you've got West Virginia, San Diego State. I've got Alabama and San Diego State. Alabama just is going to keep cruising here. San Diego State doesn't really match up well in this game. I don't think they put up much of a fight, maybe in the first few minutes or so, but Alabama just cruises for most of this game into the Elite Eight. So you've got West Virginia, San Diego State. Is this where the road ends for the Mountaineers, or did they get into the Elite Eight? Where do you see this going?
Man,
No
this
way to
is
win this
tough.
in the Elite Eight. There ain't no way.
This is tough too because you think, oh, San Diego State, they're not a big conference.
This
But
does seem
again,
like the game. This does seem like the scenario where West Virginia would upset the number one seed just to lose in the Sweet 16 to a team that they probably should be, right?
exactly, absolutely. It's again San Diego State platoon. You kind of get West Virginia in foul trouble. They can guys kind of send guys wave at you, but I'm gonna keep it rolling. I'm
Oh
gonna keep West
gosh.
Virginia rolling to beat San Diego State. Emmett Matthews is the X factor in this. I'm telling you. I think he's going to get these guys ready to play. So I'm
Don't
putting
you
West Virginia in the Elite Eight.
you want me to make an interesting bet with you right now? And I'll
If
do
you want me to bet on West Virginia to do this, it's not happening.
it.
I'm telling you
Look,
right now, that opening round matchup is a fight. I have just as much confidence that them going to Elite Eight that they could even get out of the first round. Like
I'll
that's the thing. Like this isn't a lock for me in any way, shape, or form. That Maryland game's
all right, so
100% gonna be
I'll
tough.
put it this way, just to still make it interesting. See this lettuce I got on my head right here? I will shave all of it. Madeline's not around, so I can say this. I will shave all of my hair on my head if West Virginia gets to the Elite Eight. I will do
All right, sounds great.
it.
I'm not doing anything if they don't. Because again, they could 100% like that Maryland matchup's really tough.
Uh,
Not that Alabama isn't, not that San Diego isn't, but if they can get past that Maryland matchup, I like this West Virginia team.
so I will gladly eat my words, and I actually hope for it because that's great for us. We get to talk about the tournament longer. We talk about basketball longer. We
Makes it
don't.
a lot more exciting all around.
Yeah,
So yeah,
absolutely.
100%
I
agree.
would be glad to shave my hair. I need a haircut anyway. So, uh,
Wait, I want to specify. So, are you going to take a razor to the head, not a buzz cut? I want to see
oh
razor.
yeah, I'll go. Oh,
You were awfully confident. You came out there. I don't even have to do anything. You were just like, hey, you're going to say shave, and then you're
hey,
just going to do a little
I'll go
a little
bald.
fade buzz, a little marine haircut or something.
I mean,
It's
hey,
like a little
I ain't
shave.
got to be anywhere after the Hornet season ends. I can wear a hat to the Hornets games. I can get out after that. I ain't got to be anywhere till like July. So I have time
Now
to
you
grow.
got to sport it around. You can't.
Uh,
You got to sport it around. That's the whole point.
it ain't happening anyway. But yeah, I will do it if it does. So back on track here. Just keep that little note. I will do it. NC State, Arizona. This is where the road comes to an end for the Wolfpack. I think they do put up a really good effort here, and I think they push them to the brink. But Arizona has just got too much talent, too much firepower in terms of their bigs. So Arizona, for me, who do you got matching up with Dub V there in the Elite Eight?
Arizona. Definitely like this Wildcats team. Already talked about them. Unappreciated team.
There's
Like 'em.
not much to really expand on. Let's go ahead over to you've got Houston and Drake. I've got Houston and Indiana. I really think Indiana. I should go back and preface. I think Indiana could actually get upset in that first round game against Kent State. Kent State's very good. Drake, I think, could beat them too. But this is a game where I feel like Indiana is probably going to hang around, maybe even lead for some of it. But Houston finds a way into the Elite Eight. They go. Who do you got in Indy? Or you have Houston and Drake.
Yeah, it's kind of scary too because that's a game that talked about earlier that Houston overlooked some teams, let some teams hang around. Um, Talked about their veteran presence on Drake. That's a scary situation, but I'm going to take Houston. They're obviously a more talented team, but do not discount veteran programs in this situation.
Drake stops singing and dancing here in the Sweet 16. So we got about 10 minutes here, so we'll have to go a little bit quicker. So Xavier, Texas, for you, I've got Xavier, Texas too. I'm going to go with Texas again. I don't know why, but it's the matchups are just panning out for me here.
Xavier,
Oh,
ending
okay.
Texas's run. I like this Xavier team. Uh, for Sean Miller, great coach. He'll have his guys ready. He's a vet in this thing, so he'll have his guys ready.
Purdue, Tennessee. I think I'm going to go with uh, Purdue. Not very confident here, but just gut feeling there. Purdue. You've got Purdue Duke.
Yeah, Purdue. I do like that Duke's big guy. Can actually it's actually a matchup problem. You get Edie out of the paint. Duke can use their athleticism in the backcourt to drive the ball. Um, but I'm gonna take Matt Painter. I'm gonna go with the veteran coach and take Purdue over John Shire's Duke Blue Devils.
Quick breaking news while we're recording, that is, and this will make you happy. Juju Smith Schuster to the Pats, by the way. You see, Mac Jones getting a little help.
We finally got a receiver. Not go get Cortland Sutton. All right, hurry up. Let's
Anyway,
go.
all right, back to what we were doing. Where are we at here? All right, so Kentucky
We
Marquette.
got
We go.
Kansas State.
I got Kentucky Marquette, so I'm going to go Kentucky here. I think Oscar again puts a big day. Elite Eight they go. You got K State and Marquette.
Going K State. Marquise Noel. I like Tang what he's done with this group. I am going Marquise Noel and Keontae George.
Arkansas and UConn, a third straight trip to the Elite Eight on the line here for the Razorbacks, but I'm going to go UConn. You've got Kansas UConn.
Kansas. We'll move him past. We'll move him along here. Grady Dick, 6'8" guard that just hits every three. Known the man.
Yep. I'm so glad we don't have to sit here and listen to Chris Patola go, wait, every time that we sit there and watch a Big 12 game. My God, that is the most cringy thing ever. Oh, so Gonzaga, UCLA. UCLA just they're so talented, man. I think that this is kind of their year. It's all forming together for them. Jaime Jaquez is fun to watch. Tiger Campbell, love him.
Yeah, I'm taking UCLA as well.
All right,
I have two Pac-12 teams in Elite Eight, so no love for that.
who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it? All right, so we got the Elite Eight. Alabama, Arizona for me. I'm gonna go Alabama. I'm not even gonna put any analysis to it. That's my pick. Alabama. Roll Tide.
Oh,
Does West Virginia go to the Final Four?
Does Emmett Matthews, Pac-12, his year in the Pac-12, does it help him move past Arizona? No, Arizona's too talented. Putting in the Wildcats over the Mountaineers, so close, but Arizona's too talented, and that's where it ends for me for the Mountaineers.
Yeah.
Can't get them in the Final Four.
I was gonna say
without some program veterans.
I already got my head shaved. I can't shave nothing else out there. we got to move Arizona on. So end of the road for West Virginia in the Elite Eight for Chris. Houston and Texas. This is where it comes to an end for Rodney Terry's bunch. I just love Houston. I think the world of that team right now. Got to go Houston. So I've got two number ones in the Final Four. Imagine that. Who you got? Houston or Xavier?
I've got Houston. Houston's moving on.
Houston there. So
Xavier gives them a game. That's another one that, to me, that's another one. I mean, honestly, Houston, if they don't play, I think that they're going to play up to their potential against Xavier, but I think Xavier's good enough to hang with them.
I really don't want to put three number ones in here. I'm going to go Kentucky just for the hell of it, and just so I don't have three number ones because it's probably not going to happen. Let's face it, Kentucky has the ability to. So I'll go with Kentucky. You got K-State, Purdue.
Yeah, and I'm reluctantly putting in Purdue because of their freshman guards. They're not really freshmen at this point in the season, but when it comes to tournament time, they're still freshmen. Can they play up to this to the point? I mean, I'm kind of concerned. Can they? You know, you talked about them against Memphis. Like, you should be a little concerned if you're a Purdue fan all the way through. But I'm going to put them in over K State. I like K State a lot. Would not be surprised. Actually, in one of my scenarios that I've put on one of the betting apps, they're in the Final Four. Great odds for a better bet. Yeah, Kansas State's going to give them a game.
So I've got UCLA beating UConn to get to the Final Four. You got UCLA moving on past Kansas?
No, there's your Big 12 team in the Final Four.
There it is.
Sticking up, had Kansas all year to go to the Final Four. I'm sticking with it. Although I do like that UCLA squad. I just can't realistically put in two Pac-12 teams, even though that might happen as well.
So for me, I'm going to go Alabama over Kentucky, and I'm going to go UCLA over Houston, giving me a national championship of Alabama and Houston. And I'm going to go with UCLA as my winner. I just, again, I love Jaime Jaquez. I love that team. I think Mick Cronin's done a phenomenal job there. Seems like it works out for them for them to be able to win in the whole thing this year. So I'm going to UCLA
To win it all,
to win it all. So
to win it
go
all,
your picks and your championship pick.
I'm doing Purdue and
Okay.
Kansas. Kansas is going to welcome Houston to the Big 12 with a win over Cougs. Purdue over, and then I'm going to take Purdue having the big
Oh,
um, over Kansas. Painter gets his first national
oh
title.
wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right. I wasn't.
Kansas not have. We've talked about it both times with Kansas going to the Big 12 tournament. They don't have that big that they've always had. A dominant big. I know KJ Adams had a great year. He's playing. He kind of reminds you of Gabe, Osaboyan. Uh, the way he's only 6'7". The way he just plays
Maybe
bigger
a little more
than
athletic.
his stature. Well, yeah, but he just plays bigger than his stature.
Right.
So I think they can do things with Edie. He's shown he's very vulnerable. Kansas has plenty of talent, but I think Purdue gets it done. We'll go with the Boilermakers. Matt Painter finally gets it. Well deserving, great coach.
So boom. There you go. The perfect bracket presented by Dasani Water.
Not
Kansas.
presented by Dasani Water. Blur that out. No free advertising.
You got Purdue, and I have UCLA winning it all. That's going to do it for us today. We'll be back tomorrow on the Mountaineers Now post-game show, wrapping up West Virginia's first round game against Maryland. We'll see if they move on to a round of 32 game against Alabama. Again, that one's set to tip off 12:15 on CBS. Be sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Mountaineers Now. Follow us on Twitter at Mountaineers Now as well. You can follow Chris at WV Hallbilly, and you can follow me at Callihan _. Hope you guys had fun watching us be us our way through this. And yeah, tell us how wrong we are here in a couple of weeks when we revisit this. So until tomorrow, take care. We'll see you guys then.